Hello and welcome to the NWC show. My name is Barry and today we've got a pretty sparse show, guys. We're going to be having a big rant about The Rock and Cody and Roman Reigns saga. We're going to be talking a little bit about AEW, and then I've got 3 amazing flashback shows for you to kind of run through. So I'm going to roll my intro. While I'm doing that, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and that beautiful notification bell, and I'll be back with you in 11 seconds. Okay guys, let's get started. So, let's start off with my AEW. What I want to talk about with AEW is I'm really struggling to find something to talk about with them. I really am. That's all I can really say. There's nothing much that's piqued my interest there. The one person there at the minute that's really piqued my interest is Swerve Strickland. That guy is amazing. He's a star. Just like an MJF. Obviously, I feel like AEW ruined MJF a bit, but Swerve Strickland just now is a star. He's hot. He's ready to go. You just got to give him the opportunity. And I don't know if AEW's going to be able to do it, but he's my favourite thing on the show at the minute, and that's about it. And do you know, I had an argument with somebody the other week. They DM me and were like, oh, you just want to see AEW fail. You know, I don't want to see AEW fail at all. I want AEW to succeed. I don't want WWE to have that monopoly in the wrestling industry, and we remember those days, guys. We remember back in the day when the only place to watch wrestling was WWE, and it was disastrous. It was fucking horrible and shit and bad and boring and pish. I don't want to go back to that. At least AEW's pushing them, try to push them to do something, and I think we need to keep that in mind when we're talking about wrestling. But, guys, let's go on to the rant. Before we go to the old shows, I've got 3, a WCW, a ECW and a WWF show. Before I go to them, let's have a rant about Cody, Rock and Roman. Now, I says the minute this happened, this will probably be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Now, if that turns out to be a triple threat match, no, who knows? If it then goes on to be Rock versus Cody, another problem, another PLE, what the hell they're called now, since my last video that I swore in, and my last 2 videos that I swore in got really bad views, and it took ages to process. They got took down for a bit, so I'm not trying not to swear as much, or at least this early in the video. But if it's the Rock versus Cody and another PLE, or a Rock versus Roman to get the title again, whatever. But listen, guys, the Royal Rumble happened, Cody won, and then the Roman Reigns and Rock kind of stuff happened, and instantly it was a Twitter barrage of just, we don't want this. I honestly feel that people forget that it's still 2 months to WrestleMania. Like, I think it's just under 2 months to WrestleMania to tell the story and the build-up to it. And I want to see Cody win the main belt at the pay-per-view as well. But let's just think about this logically, right? You're not letting them tell the story. You're not letting them build to a match. Now, is it pish that The Rock comes out and Cody kind of makes it look like he steps down so I did? Yes, it is. Of course it is. But you have been calling, and we have all been calling for Rock versus Roman for years now. So they're giving you what you want and you start moaning about it. This is the problem as well. Just while we're here, I'm no swearing, just while we're here, the problem with Twitter or X or whatever it's called now is the small minority seem to have the biggest voice You've got people that just want to watch wrestling. Why about somebody hasn't watched wrestling since I was a kid? Because I know people at my age that haven't, and they're wanting to tune in to watch The Rock. So they sit down and they go, oh, The Rock's back in, he's got to face Roman Reigns who's the champion. Oh, let me see what this is about. And then they jump onto Twitter, and all you've got is people moaning that The Rock's in that position, that Roman's in that position, and they're bad and they don't know how to wrestle and they're just there for money and all this negativity. Guys, we've got a ton of eyes on this industry at the minute. Why are we not trying to be more positive about it and talk about stuff that's interesting? That's people that people want to watch. I mean, people want to watch. WWE's got to be going to Netflix. Professional wrestling or entertainment or whatever the hell you want to call it is going to be on Netflix. Easily for everybody to watch, and literally all people can do is moan. It'll probably be a triple threat match. Cody Rhodes will probably get the win on it. That's what I'm hoping for. Am I happy with the way they done it? No, I'm not happy with the way they done it. But it's... I don't know what story they're going to tell. I don't know how they're telling the story or where they're working the story to. But let's just wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. People are calling it the worst WrestleMania ever. I mean, I'm still buzzing to see The Rock versus Roman, to be honest with you. I think that'll be a fantastic match. But you've got people saying that, oh, this is because of this is... It's just... Like, how can we be so negative about something that we love? And I understand the reason why we're being like this is because we love it so much, right? But it's embarrassing, guys. Look, I'll break it to the AEW fans and the WWE fans and those Twitter fans, those die-hard marks, right? Nobody has ever believed this is real. It's like Santa Claus. But nobody's believing that this is real at this point, guys. Stop thinking that people believe it's real. This AEW stuff about the record stuff is silly as well, since it went away and then now it's back. And then now you've got the Rock Roman, probably one of the biggest matches that they're able to book at the minute, and people still aren't happy about it. Let them tell the story. Now, am I happy that Cody Rhodes is getting the support and the attention that he deserves? Yes, of course am I. Cody Rhodes is a fantastic wrestler, but this little move that WWE done is ain't him more important to every wrestling fan and every wrestling fan in the community. See if Cody Rhodes won, started out on Monday and says he's going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, people would have still turned around and says it's just going to be the same match as we had last year. Cody Rhodes is obviously going to win. This is going to be the worst WrestleMania ever. No matter what WWE done here, this would have been, in somebody's mind, the worst WrestleMania ever. And it is an embarrassment to say that we're wrestling fans. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to watch the products. There's WWE good notes. It's bloody... Forking, I might get away with it. It's forking bad, right? It's forking bad, and I don't know. I don't understand why this negativity. You've got AEW there that is forking bad pretty much every week, right? The ratings are going down. It's just forking bad, and WWE isn't forking good either. But the problem is we don't. But like. Raw has never been good for years, and people seem to just expect it to go, it's good, now they're part of Endeavour. They make a fucking hell amount of money. That didn't really make sense, but they make a lot of money, right? But we can't just keep being this negative Nancy place. I go on Twitter and it's, oh, Cody Rhodes is going to challenge Roman Reigns and this is just going to be another blown match. Oh, The Rock's came back. It's him again. Oh, this is the worst WrestleMania ever. What do you want? What do we want? We need to... I'm excited to see Rock versus Roman. Will it be in a triple threat or will it be one-on-one? Triple threat's bigger for Cody, of course, right? But what about if they just done if they done a triple threat, Cody pins Roman, actually gets the win, then they redo the triple threat the month later. Then the month later they have whoever actually did get pinned go against somebody or whatever. Let them tell the story, guys. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy it. Watch the movie. Relax. Stop the moaning. I don't even know what else I'm meant to say here, guys. Just stop the forking morning. So, let's go to something more positive. Good wrestling, back in the day. No, this forking. Try to think of another word for poo. Forking poo that we get in modern era. So let's go with this. I've got a ton of notes here. So we'll start with the WWF Madison Square Garden show. So all of these were today in wrestling in 1999. So 7th of February 1999, it was a Sunday, and this was the 3 shows, ECW, WWF and WCW house shows. So we had first of all, WWF Madison Square Garden, 1999. Christian and Edge versus Bob Holly and Blue Meanie. Al Snow versus Goldust. Jacqueline and Hardy Boys versus D'Lo Brown, Luna and Henry. Jarrett and Owen Hart versus Godfather and Val Venus. Bradshaw, Farouk and Undertaker. APA. Bradshaw and Farouk, it took me ages to think what their tag team was called. APA versus Road Dogg, Billy Gunn and X-Pac. Then we had Ken Shamrock versus Dan Severn versus Steve Blackman. Kane versus Triple H. Austin versus Big Show. Austin versus Big Boss Man versus Mankind versus The Rock. That seems like a really good show. Main event seems interesting. The Big Boss Man being in the main event always was weird, but that seems like a really interesting show. So jumping over to WCW, we have Smiley and Super Carlo versus Damien and Cisco. I don't know what I've wrote in this. Anyway, opening matchup was, it's WCW Live by the way. Kidman versus Guerrera versus Rey Mysterio. Ernest Miller versus Jerry Flynn. Benoit, Flair and McMichael versus Adams, Horace and Vincent. DDP versus Henry. Sting versus Hart. Goldberg versus Bam Bam. Maybe Kidman, Guerrera, Rey Mysterio and Sting, Hart, Goldberg, Bam Bam. That would be my matches from there. Then ECW, their show, we've got Mahoney and Nova versus Guido and Smothers. Doran and Roadkill versus, I don't know what I wrote here. Spike Dudley versus Big Dick Dudley. Tajiri versus Super Crazy. Taz versus Majerez. I don't know what I wrote this quickly as I was kind of heading back home. One Man Gang versus Dreamer. Lynn versus Credible. RVD and Sabu versus the Dudley Boys. Main event there for me would probably be the best. Talking about just incredible. Have you seen his post recently about his leg being sore and like he's lost his job and stuff like that? Guys, I just say just be very careful. I know a few people when I was doing my podcast that says that don't get Justin Incredible on because he'll take your money and he won't give you anything in return. So I know he's saying he's going to give signed photos and do interviews and stuff. I'd just be very careful with that. I know a few guys that was 4 or 5 times he cancelled on them, they were waiting, he didn't turn up, whatever, and then he just blocked them. So just be careful. And they were paying good money for him as well. It wasn't a little amount of money, it was actually good money. Now imagine being 1999, that would be what, February 1999, that's 7-year-old Barry? 7-year-old Barry sitting there waiting, just waiting for wrestling, just loving wrestling. Those 3 shows happened on a Sunday. I'd have been waiting to go to school the next morning, and it was a Sunday, 1999, and they just put out 3 amazing shows. Like, I think it's insane, the talent that was back then, the wrestling style that was back then. And see, to be honest with you guys, I don't watch a ton of modern wrestling. I mean, I'm kind of stuck in the past with my professional wrestling. I do like my old style wrestling. I would be lucky if you'll catch me watching anything from 2012 onwards, and that's a push. 2012 is a bit of a push. I mean, I like the kind of stuff a bit older than that, Attitude Era, earlier Ruthless Aggression, kind of back into your 80s. And when you go into Twitter just now, right, you're going to be getting a lot of people that are moaning about this and moaning about this. And I had somebody also call me, what did they call me? A misogynist, because I says Nia Jax wasn't good. I don't think Nia Jax is good. She's no good. My whole saga that you can go back and look at on this channel, then her and Lana faced each other for about 3 months. It felt like 3 years or 3 months. I don't know how long it was, but it was weeks. They faced each other in a row, and it pretty much sent me into some sort of depression. It was terrible, because that was when I was doing my daily reviews and watching the shows daily, and it was terrible. I used to get up to watch the shows early while I was at the gym and then go to work, and it was terrible. That whole bit was terrible. Now, I'm always going to be a wrestling fan. I love wrestling, guys, and this is something that I'm becoming more aware of as my kids are getting older, and the stuff that they like, that I might go, that shit. Instead of pointing out that shit, understand that they have an opinion, you have an opinion, and I think Twitter needs to realise that as well. My opinion might not be your opinion, but we're still watching the same sport. And Nia Jax is shit. That's just, I think we all pretty much need to agree on that. She shouldn't be in the Rhea Ripley picture. What's going on there? Anyway, that's my story for the day, guys. I think I've ranted enough. I wasn't even actually going to film this because I've been busy today at doctor's appointments with these legs, so I wasn't going to film it, but we got it done. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that beautiful notification bell. I think I might try and do a little watch along, maybe once or twice a month, and it'll be a watch along of a pay-per-view, or maybe like an old Raw, old ECW, just random shows. I'm thinking about maybe doing that, or a little review of an old show, whatever. I'll add into the channel as well. But anyway, guys, I'll love yous and leave yous there. Like I says, hit that like, hit subscribe, and that beautiful notification bell, and try and be a wee bit positive about wrestling. Open your mind to what people think, instead of you just shutting it off and no paying attention to what anybody says. And I'll see you back here next Wednesday. No, well, before I let you go, don't come back, don't go anywhere. Listen to me. Next Wednesday, should be back at work. Well, next Wednesday I should be back at work, but I do have a doctor's appointment in the morning before my work, which is a back shift. So the video might not be up on Wednesday next week. It might be the Thursday, but I will keep you updated on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Go follow me there, guys. Go follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you later.